What's wrong with you?
Hey, we're Thwip at JCC. I'm Ahmed.
And I'm Rafi. And today we're going to do a segment on all the mangas that are available at JCC.
And there are quite a few.
Yeah, there are a lot of them.
So, what do you say, Rafi? Just get straight into it?
Yeah, let's just do it.
Alright. So, first one we're going to go for is a well-known manga. And what's great is that it's the beginning part. It is Kubo Tite's Bleach.
Yeah.
These are the really nice 3-in-1 editions. Has 4 through 9, 4, 5, 6, and 7, 8, 9. Bleach is basically about, our regular 15-year-old kid
Who sees ghosts.
Yeah,
that's how it begins.
And he performs little exorcisms and all those things. And eventually, through a set of circumstances,
It turns into a shonen battle manga.
yeah,
Where he fights.
he specifically turns into a death god or shinigami, as we would like to say.
And then he fights other shinigamis and other people.
So these particular volumes, I know you're thinking, oh, what about 1, 2, and 3? Well, that's okay actually. 4 through 9 is the meat of the story. You get to see him really use his powers. He gets to meet other death gods.
Yeah, more characters are introduced here than the first 3 chapters. The first 3 chapters just have basic, like, his, high school friends and everything. But here, you get to see, more powerful death gods, and the actual plot is introduced. Right.
Plus way cooler battles.
Way cooler battles, and everything just looks dope.
Yeah, the other one's like, what do? I have a giant sword. Like,
He can't do anything. He doesn't know anything. He doesn't even know what his spiritual powers
But here, he's starting things. It's great. And these, like I said, these 3-in-1s are at a great price, $15.
Yeah, $15.
We said that this is a typical shonen battle manga.
Yeah, it's published in Shonen Jump.
Yeah, of course. So, but the best thing about this is that the art. Kubo Tite is a wonderful designer. I mean, seriously.
His character designs, his battle designs, they look amazing.
I know, and like even his weird, expansive pieces of the city. I know, like the city feels real. You're like, oh, this is kind of like a sleepy village
type
/
thing.
town.
And then his designs of Karakura Town, no, not Karakura Town, Soul Society.
Right.
Those look amazing. Soul Society looks really amazing. But Kubo actually has kind of a thing for drawing landscape. It's a pretty funny thing. Like, he'll fill pages of landscape, right?
It's a really serene moment considering how much fighting goes on.
Goes on there, yeah.
So, this is definitely like the art-wise itself is one of the great things about Bleach.
Bleach, yeah.
Yeah, come pick up Bleach and come for the rest of the things available at the JCC store.
Next up we have is Hiroya Oku's Gans. Gans, and we have what? We have volumes 5 to 9 here, and there's also volume 3. It's kind of broken, but it doesn't really matter because, the basic premise is that when people die, like some people, they instead of like dying, they appear in a room, and there's a ball in that room, and it sends them out on mission to kill aliens, right? So yeah,
pretty much it's the anti-Men in Black, essentially.
It is the anti-Men in Black, right? And the main character here, like the best part about Gans is the main character, Keikurono. Like at the beginning of the whole thing, you will see that he is the biggest piece of crap ever. Like, you will not like him. He is an annoying piece of crap.
That's volume 3.
That's volume 3. Is he there? Yeah. This is Keikurono. He's annoying as hell. But over the course of the series, you will see how he progresses, he develops, and he becomes a really epic hero.
And you see that in these 5 through 9. Actually, 5 through 9 is that way. But yeah, it's great battles are really showcased from 5 through 9.
Yeah.
And the art's really great.
The art is really great. Like, the battles are so clear.
Yeah.
You can see the decapitation so nicely.
And this is 2 things. First of all, this is very atypical of
for battle manga.
For manga, because especially it's not hand drawn. It's a lot of CGI.
Yeah, there's a lot of
CGI.
Then he
retextures it. And the second thing is, this is mature content. You get to see boobs. You get to see everything. A lot of boobs, actually. And mainly in volume 3. So if you just want to see boobs, here you go. But the other thing is, there's a lot of violence.
Yeah.
So be prepared. It's a junk ton of violence.
But still, like, you can't only keep emphasizing the violence. The plot itself is pretty cool. Like, the plot is really cool. Right?
It is. Like I said, I actually like volumes 5 through 9 because we get to meet all the cool guys.
Cool characters.
The guy who doesn't like using a weapon. The panda that kills aliens.
The old guy.
And the old guy.
And the gravure model. Remember?
Yeah.
Yeah, she's introduced around volume 6 or something.
Exactly.
Right.
So these are the real meat chunk.
Yeah.
Like if you
like
read
when
this,
the plot really begins, like when they actually start fighting the aliens. Like at the beginning, like they're thrown into a goddamn fight with aliens. They're like, oh, what are we gonna do? But this is when they're like, we're gonna kill them.
They're competent.
ready. They're like, we know what to do now. So let's fight. So yeah, this is where the real battles begin. This is actually insanely worth buying. Each volume is what? $13? What? And that's what? That's all right. No one buy. Okay.
That's Munazzo's next purchase.
Yeah, he is in love with that. He's probably gonna buy it tonight. Right. Each of these are $13, right?
Each of these are $13. Great steal, and like I said, this is a good chunk of the manga.
Yeah.
The manga itself is huge.
Yeah, it's like 36 volumes.
Yeah. But like I say, if you guys come buy this, Johnny will come bring the rest, and we'll all go home happy.
Yeah.
And there are also special edition breaking news. There are a lot of Twilight the manga available here.
There's like 6 right over there.
And the art's quite nice.
Yeah, the art is quite nice. Let's not talk about the plot. The art's nice. The art is nice. It's worth buying for the art, I guess.
And only Rafi knows the plot. The rest of us,
yeah, sure.
We just went and hung out with our girlfriends.
I have no comebacks for that. All right then.
All right.
Buy these.
This episode of Thwip at JCC is brought to you by Martha Batha. If you have problems with Civil War and B versus S, you have Martha Batha.
Okay, so today we're doing a section on manga specifically, which is gone, and now we're going to do a section on comics that are available in JCC.
Yeah.
So I'm Munazil
Rafi.
Ahmed.
again.
Hey everybody. So I'm going to talk about a Batman comic that's available at the store. It's Death by Design by Chip Kidd. He both draws and writes the story. And what's...
Can I interrupt you? That's a cheap kid. That's written by Chip Kidd, so you know.
That was a very bad pun. You should you suck. Why are you so unfunny?
That was hilarious, actually.
I hate the both of you.
Okay, we'll figure out how that works. But this Chip Kidd, okay, he's the one who also helped adapt the Bat manga, but we'll talk about that at a different time. Essentially, he's an architect, so for all you budding architecturists out there, which I think there are only like 2, but whatever, you'll enjoy this. He does wonderful designs on Gotham City. And really, it's actually a story about Gotham City. That's why I didn't really introduce it. It's it's Batman.
Who's the villain in this?
Yeah.
It starts off as the Joker, but then it becomes the entire just whole nother bunch of people.
Why is he hanging upside down on the cover?
And why is the behind?
Because
he's right.
He's a bat.
So which version of Batman is this? In the timeline? Where does this fit in?
I would say this would be close to the night, like Batman first starting.
Oh, okay.
This is kind of an Elseworld story in a sense. Also.
It's a one shot, right?
It's a one shot. Like I say, all in one available thing. Gorgeous lines.
Yeah.
And the story is actually pretty good. Like, it has a bit of a mystery going on with it, though the mystery isn't solvable by the readers, unfortunately. But you follow through with it, and you're like, oh, okay, that's kind of cool. And it doesn't really feature Batman a lot. It just features the city and just things going wrong, and everyone's like, wow, Gotham City's kind of screwed up.
Okay.
All right,
but like, it's a really nice thing. I have the hardcover because I'm fancy. He's cheap.
Yeah.
I haven't even read it. So.
Yeah, because he's neither.
You hate Batman.
He's not fancy, nor he is cheap. Nor is he cheap. What are you?
This is $15, so 1,200 taka. Quite a reasonable thing for a one-shot thing, which has the entire story.
Yeah.
I would suggest you come get it. There's only 1 or 2 copies left.
Next up we have is the very best of Spider-Man collection. This collects over like 30 years of Spider-Man, and these are all of his very best stories. They collect stories by the original creator Stan Lee, Steve Ditko, and then you have Romita Sr. stories, and then you have Tom DeFalco, David Michelinie, Tom McFarlane, even Mark Bagley. There's even a Bagley story.
Bagley doesn't write, draws.
Yeah. Wait, yeah, whatever. Like James, yeah, and Sal Buscema, yeah. This collects the greatest, very great stories like Spider-Man No More, Osborn Legacy, and also I love this, the kid who collects Spider-Man. That's also here.
Good.
Right? Yeah. So this is $17, $16.95. For that, it collects a bunch of stories. It's definitely way more. It's way more than worth it. Get it? Get it. It's very best of Spider-Man, and this is a good way to get into Spider-Man. You can read the very best of his stories, and then you can again get into the actual Spider-Man. So
yeah, this is a great introduction to who Peter Parker, Spider-Man, all these things written by the best.
Yeah.
And I think these stories are all one shot, right? It's
yeah, they're all the one shots. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, Spider-Man never had really.
Yeah, he just had a few of them, right?
Yeah.
Most of his stories are one issue stories, and usually those are the good ones. The one issue stories are the good ones.
Exactly. So it's great to just pick up. You have a little bit of collection of Spider-Man.
Yeah.
And there you go.
Hey guys, so now we're gonna talk about Mark absolutely awesome Millar's Ultimate.
The magnificent Mark Millar.
Millar.
Absolutely wonderfully, astoundingly awesome writer that he is. He wrote Ultimates back in the day. This is volume 2. Volume 1 is basically what the basis of Avengers as the movie was. I mean, if you have ever read Ultimates Volume 1, you'll see there's a scene where they talk about who played him in a movie, and someone says Nick Fury should be played by Sam Jackson.
Yeah.
Which happened.
Damn! Marvel is like.
So, yeah, kidding aside, of the very few things Mark Millar's ever written that are any fucking good, you got Ultimates Volume 1 and you got Ultimates Volume 2. Ultimates following this became absolutely a mess.
That was crazy times.
It was just, I think Volume 3 starts with the Tony and Black Widow sex tape, and Venom
I
shows
dropped
up,
Ultimates at that.
and Hawkeye is like a psychopath, like murdering people.
And then it gets renamed as Marvel Ultimate Comics presents Ultimate Ultimates.
Yeah, it's something like
What?
that. Like, so weird. But yeah,
This Ultimates, we're
Is
okay
this one
the
basically
second
it's
volume.
called Grand Theft America. It is a mystery in itself. When it starts, it shows there are certain mysteries that are in there, like is Captain America really a bad guy? We don't really know much about him. He just woke up. Is he, working for somebody else? Is Thor really a good guy or a bad guy in the Ultimates universe? There was a lot of that, and everybody loves Loki. Loki is a very central character in this, and so you see a little bit of a mystery develop over time. You see something very brutal and nasty happen to Hawkeye and his family, and you see how much of a bad eye Hawkeye is. Badass.
Badass, not bad eye.
He's a great eye.
Yeah, he has a
He's
great
a
eye.
great eye.
Yeah.
So,
Or should I say dope eye?
it's an amazing story with a pretty good payoff. Not bad for Mark Millar. I mean, come on, it's Mark Millar. So what you get,
Complete story.
it's a complete story.
Yeah.
It's a complete story. Avengers has just formed. Avengers, or Ultimates as in this universe they're called. Ultimates has just formed, and they're pretty much facing their biggest threat following the Chitauri invasion that you saw in Volume 1. And this has got a mystery in it. Nice payoff at the end. Oh, Brian Hitch's seminal work. Yeah, you could say that. I still like his work on Authority more.
I find
but
it's already better.
yeah, but Ultimates was pretty good as well. It's dirty, grimy. It's very widescreen. It's a very
It's a cinematic experience.
It is.
Yeah.
It's an action movie.
And
So-
also, for those of you who were collecting the flats way back in the day from JCC, here's the collected edition, because we're not going to get those complete anymore.
Yeah, no way. And this is like $35, so it's at 80. You do the math, it comes to something. So it's pretty cheap for a. This is like 14 issues because it's got Ultimates 2-1, which is the variant sketch edition,
Yeah.
and it's got
1 to
Ultimates 2
13.
1 to 13.
Yeah.
That's like sort of let's say
14 issues.
14
Yeah,
issues.
that's 14.
Well, we've just been notified.
It's 2800.
by our
Russell.
external sources.
Yeah.
That it is 2800 taka.
Yeah.
Yes, my external sources happen to be my brain because I just did the math in my head. So, screw you
Yes,
guys.
sure.
See you next week, guys. Talking about manga and comics and posters and action figures, whatever.
Yeah, he's not gonna do the manga for some reason.
Manga sucks.
Stupid
So,
elitist.
see you guys.
Bye.